Well, I've got most of the paint on. Um, it looks like, this paint went on pretty good. Uh, I'll probably still put another layer on it later, but and I've still got to do the back, and I'll tell you why. I've still got to work with these air pockets here, so I'm going to shoot them with some epoxy as soon as I get my equipment in, or get the syringes in and everything. And then once I'm satisfied that that's sealed up good and dried up, I'm going to come back and I'm going to sand all this and put paint on it, and then I'll look at putting another coat on the rest of it. It's trying to work. We just have to pinhole it and pull it out a little bit to get it where we can really get it in there. See, that one might spread all that way.
Go at it like this. Oh yeah, I got it.
Trying to go. Oh God dang it!
That one worked. Look at that. Oops, shoot.
I started with this fusion paint with this metallic silver. Don't think that it really matters, because it'll take you forever to get enough, coverage for this to even work. But I decided to use it as a primer, so that so it'll fuse with the plastic, and I put like 3 coats of that on, or I had 2 cans and I used it all up. I still need to put some on the back of this. I may have to get another one. But then came back with this, and this is covering real well. A little darker than I wanted, but doing a really great job of getting some coverage. Got this utility mat, workout gym mat. It's Marcy Company. They have them in 78 and 60. I got 2 of the 78s to fit all the way down through here. But I'm gonna mark them out, cut them, glue them in. Okay, I'm not trying to glue this down to the point where I, feel like I could turn this boat over and just bang it and all that, and it, hold in there, and it may do that. But by using my spray glue, it'll be tacky enough between the 2 surfaces to maybe hold it in place when it's set in its proper position. All right, I'm gonna let that tack up a little bit. This particular glue is, it's the pink version of that, and it's not quite, it takes a little longer to tack up than the white version over the clear. So keep in mind, if you attempt to buy that type of glue, make sure you get it in the clear or the white clear. Well, I got it in, and I have to say, it don't look like these two mats were exactly the same pattern. One seems a little thinner, and then the other one, one seems a little more rigid, but that doesn't bother me. I'm sure I will still catch a lot of fish in this. I put this flooring in because I wasn't real confident about standing on just a very thin layer of plastic as my floor, and I thought, well, I want something a little more going on, but I want something I can spray out, and this stuff I think will be just about what I want. Plus, if I drop weights and stuff, it's not going to make a lot of noise. It should have a sound barrier and even a cushion barrier for the feet to some degree. Well, a typical problem in the YouTube world is you'll do things and you'll forget to hit that start button on the camera. So I'll have to show you this. I mean, I could take this all apart, but I think it's easy enough for y'all to get the gist. This is my seat, and it's red oak, and it's about 8 or 9 inches wide, and I had originally, and I'd probably show you video of that, where I drill these holes for these brackets, and I even recessed them a little bit so they'd be fairly flush here like that instead of sticking up. And so I took this and I've drilled these holes out on here so that I can put it on the, set it up onto the gunnels where I want it, and then drill through the gunnels and then bolt these to the boat. So, and that's what it looks like underneath. Nothing special. I didn't paint the back side of this stainless steel. Didn't see the point, so it's really just painted black here for looks. I took this wood and I stained it with dark walnut. Now this is red oak, and then I put about 5 or 6 layers of bullseye shellac on it. I'm gonna say that I think my board's a little lower than I want, but the seat is kind of, flush with the top. And I think for being that I'm a beginner, I think that's probably gonna be a good position to start at. If I ever feel the need to, be higher up, because I don't want to have to crutch my knees a lot if I don't have to, but I can always take these off, cut them a little bit, re-drill them, and raise it up. And this may not be a permanent seat either. Now, if it works great for me, I'll use it. But I had thought about getting one that was on a, where I mount the, with the male and female post where, where it can just pull it in and out, and also, spin around. So, so this one made it. Now, the only reason I'm keeping this one for now is because I can take it off and move it, because there'll be a lot of times when I'm sitting in this facing that way watching my rods, and then obviously when I'm rowing, I'll be in it this way. So there we go. We got the flooring in, we got my seat in, and this is heavy, so there's nothing about this that's going to be just carry it to the water for me. So I'm going to have to put, once I get this whole area done here, I'm going to put the wheels on it and make it where I can just haul it, roll it across the ground, because it's going to start getting heavier the more stuff I put on it. I've got these little rubber bumpers here that I'm going to install on each side, and what they'll do is just keep it from sliding side by side. As a cat fisherman, I do a lot of, I throw a lot of lines, and I, usually throw them out the back or something. And on occasions, when I have a trolling motor, with spot lock and iPilot, GPS, I can set it and it'll pull me at about half a mile an hour, and I can run suspend lines, and on the back, I'm able to have like a planer board on each side and drag one down the middle. So I'm going to set this canoe up the same way. What I'm going to be doing is installing these. I've got these Bass Pro rod holders, and I'm going to be putting them right here on here, over there. I'm going to put another set on here and over there. So I'll have 4 that I can either cast out, I can use them for trolling or suspending, doesn't matter. All right, I've got all 4 of these installed now. And to note, I did put little washers on each one, and these are all stainless steel, and I use stainless steel nylock nuts because when I'm catching fish, I'm catching big fish, and I don't want them coming loose. I need those to be good and tight because I catch big fish. I got this cut off with my little pipe cutter to about a little under 1/4 of an inch, going through all the way. And we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do a quick fit test on it, and then we'll lather it up and get it in there. We've got one of these tools, that has the the flange on each side. So I've got a bolt with the other side of the flange, and then I'll come out here and we'll put it on out here and do our thing. This is the sealant I'm going to use and adhesive. We got that in pretty good, and you can tell this looks kind of sloppy, and I'm fine with that, as long as it's just good and sturdy and does the job I need it to. Got in here. I'm going to start adding my cleats. I use these quite a bit to tie off to trees when I'm in creeks. All right, I've managed to get my little decorative trim piece in here. Got these little guys. These are really for, I'm gonna hook my, my navigation light back here. This, may or may not be for maybe a GoPro mount. I think I can do my alligator cramp back here though. Bass Pro, little, mounts here are not going to work with my ram rod holders, so I'm going to have to swap those out. This seat, it's about as low as I would ever want it. I'll get my, I'll have my, my seat on top of that, but I'm going to test it out and see how I like it, because I really want to be able to build a switch box down here underneath it that'll attach to it, so that it'll be, I won't have to worry about it falling out if I ever turn it over. I hope not. So I fully intend, probably, if I'm going to add I may temporarily add a trolling motor back here, just a tiller one, and I would want to keep my battery back here with it somewhere, and I'm going to find a way to lock that down. I still got to put in a rod holder mount area across here, and I'm going to kind of do it under the same premise as this, but only not near as low. I'm going to make it where the board's just below those nuts, and then I'll be able to mount. I've got a dual rod holder system from Hill Brothers. Okay, I've got this board in, and this is the one I'm going to probably mount possibly several things to. For certain, my dual I've got 2 dual rod holders on one post, and then it, you know, comes off to 2. And I can, you know, I'll figure out where I want to put them. But I'm also looking at the possibility this might be a temporary seat for when I'm, say, using a trolling motor in the back. So I may actually put a padded seat in here. I'm just going to play with that, see how that works. If I feel the need to, I can always, you know, screw a board under here with a flat board there, you know, as kind of a brace. But this is some red oak, and it's pretty hard wood. So, and I'm not that big a guy, so we'll see how that works. All right, I went ahead and added this little kind of a buffer thing. It's hard to see here, but what it is that, you know, I'm going to have a rope tied off here that just keeps in there, and it's just a short rope, one that I use for tying off to trees. And so, because I'll probably tie off to a lot of trees on this side, and I don't want to just tie off and it bump up against the boat in any way, or even the gunnel here. So I've kind of got this buffer for to ride the tree, so that it doesn't damage the boat. And all I took was a piece of wood, and I screwed it from the inside, and then I put just a piece of this is cut off from a floor mat. I cut this off from a floor mat, an old floor mat, so it's just, you know, rubber, and I stapled it over on the wood here, and, you know, put marks a lot on the, so you don't see the ugly staples. All right, got these installed. It says to let that stuff cure for 24 hours. I was really hoping to take it this morning and go fishing. Today was been a better day, but I don't want to risk, you know, doing anything wrong with this mount. So that was kind of the last stage at getting this ready for fishing, so I can easily get it in the boat, so I can easily get it in the truck and then get it out and roll it to the water. Just flip those up and head off. I went ahead and, you know, these things are so long, and I think because my transom's so short that I had to choose whether I wanted them to go long down here or long up top. And I think that when I'm fishing, I'd rather have them short up top and go ahead and have them long down here. And these can, you know, hang out the back. They can just stay like this once I put it in the truck, because they'll hang out past the bed anyway. So they'll just ride like that. I don't like the red. Horrible. Why don't they make these in silver or at least black? Red does not work.